Hey, welcome to another episode of The Lamp. I'm Pat Munsey. I'm the publisher of the Kokomo Lantern, and I'm here on location at the Carver Community Center with the Executive Director, J.C. Barnet III, who is also I am proud to say, a member of the Kokomo Lantern as well.
Yes.
So, J.C., thank you so much for having us here at your great facility.
Thank you.
And I think most of the people in Kokomo should know about Carver Center, at least historically.
Right.
Many of our viewers have probably played basketball here over the years.
Sure.
But there's so much more than basketball going on at the Carver Community Center these days.
Absolutely.
But we're going to start with basketball because that's what we know, right?
Yes.
So behind us, you can see we've got the K through 2
Yes.
fall basketball teams getting ready to square off. So tell me a little bit about this basketball season. What's great about it?
This basketball season is going to be tremendous. We have something around 40 teams involved. That's K through 2 division, 3 through 5, 6 through high school age. And so Tuesdays are typically going to be our K through 2. Thursdays are 3 through 5. And then on Saturdays will be our 6 through high school age group. This is fun. I love this group right here because it's such a developmental age. And you'll see the crowd, they get rowdy and they get all into the game. These kids really give us a show.
So you've got 40 teams across those age divisions,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you've been blessed that you had a lot of parents and people in the community step up to coach and manage
Yep.
these teams, which you have to have.
Gotta have.
And you've got great buy-in from the parents. And the reason I know this is last week I showed up here for their draft day party,
Yeah.
which is something new that you guys did.
It
Where
is.
did this idea come from?
And man, it was just me and my partner, my right-hand man, Leon Brown. My assistant, we were in the office one day, we said, we should do a draft. We should do a red carpet type of event. Have them come dressed to impress. We'll have some food, we'll have some drinks, just an opportunity for them to socialize with their friends and have something, just a memory for them, knowing that their name's going to get called out, that they've been drafted to a team. So we want to, generate that excitement before the actual season starts, and something that we'll just continue on with.
And let me tell you, there was some excitement. So I showed up for this draft day party, and it was standing room only 20 minutes before it started.
Right.
There wasn't a seat to be had in the house.
Yeah.
I remember you had a basketball backdrop set up against one wall for the kids to take pictures
Yeah.
of themselves. But there were so many people you couldn't get to it. You couldn't take the picture because there were so many people standing around waiting for their kids to get called up. It was really cool. The kids were totally into it. Some of them came dressed in suits.
Yes.
I mean, it was really like a draft day. Other ones
cool.
came dressed like they were going to play tonight. It was all over the place. They had a great time. Had some pizza. It was one of the best turnouts for a community event I had seen in a very long time.
Awesome.
I was proud to be there. Really was.
Yeah.
So that was just one part of it. Of course, this goes through January, right?
It does. Well, early to mid-February.
Okay,
actually.
early February. Okay.
So they get a good 10 games, 10 full games, which includes a tournament. And the Carver League, which we're very proud of and has always kind of been for the last several decades, it's very competitive. It's one of the more competitive youth leagues you'll find in the area. So we want to maintain that vibe and atmosphere here at Carver. But also, we don't want to lose that developmental aspect of it as well. So these coaches very much have in mind the developmental pieces as well as the competitive pieces.
Very cool. So like I said, this is only one of many things that the Carver Center is doing right now. And I think there's going to be something for just about every kid in the community.
Yeah.
And we're going to cut away here. We're going to go to another aspect of what's going on. And I think you're going to really enjoy what you see there as well.
Yeah.
You've been doing it
Since I was 3 years old.
since you were 3.
Yeah,
And you're,
I'm 33 now, so 30.
oh, so 30 years. Are you just drums or?
I play bass guitar too.
Nice.
I've been playing bass guitar for 15 years now.
Okay.
But I started off drums, and then our angelic choir started at 5. So I remember actually playing for a song at 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
But I remember just being grabbing stuff. I was a pots and pan baby for sure.
A pots and pan, baby. That's
I
cool.
was picking pots out the kitchen and hitting them on stuff.
Sure.
They got pictures of that kind of stuff. I remember that. I remember a little bit of that around 3, 4 years old.
Everything's a drum,
Stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been playing forever.
And of course, mom and dad supported you and all that. So
Yeah, definitely. they let me get the drum set. I was that kid, you know, as soon as I get on from football or track or baseball, whatever, I'm going down all my uniform on. I'm about to be playing drums until they tell me to get off.
Right.
So I was lucky in that aspect. You know, they let me make a racket in the house until it got dark out. Then that was my key to be done.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely put that time in.
So what got you involved with Undertone then?
Really, we were just going over ideas about what our church can bring to the community, different things that people like to do, and we're really a music-based church. So we have me and my cousin also that teaches keys and vocals here. But we've been wanting to do something like this. I actually used to teach. I used to teach a few years ago in Zionsville. It's like my first time really being like an instructor.
Okay.
Yeah, we've always wanted to do something like this. So our idea really was, you can go, even in school, like you can go and learn different genres, but I mean, you can go to learn rock music or learn classical music and learn,
Just about anything.
just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Jazz.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, you have jazz band and stuff like that. Even just regular traditional bands, you know, marching band. You can go get a nice feel of everything, but there's not any schools that I've ever heard of around here, and even in the state, where you can learn gospel music.
Right.
Okay.
And it's really centered around the songs that we sing in church. I don't know why, but times are different. It's not as many, I'll say maybe even here, but it's not as many like young musicians in church anymore.
Okay.
When I was coming up, I mean, you had 5, 6 kids that want to play drums, you know, and we're all trying to fight to get that chance. And it's like, I'm 33 now, and there's no kids in my church that are even.
Wow.
That's somewhat like the youth athletic scene. Is at some point the older generation has the coaching aspect of it has to be picked up by the younger generations to relieve those older guys, but the older guys have to hold on until there's that
Somebody to
coaching
replace them,
development, somebody to replace them. So I appreciate,
This was the key that we needed, you know, the resource that we needed.
Yep.
So it's you and who else? Who else is teaching?
It's me and my cousin Brian Toles. He plays keys and sings, doing vocals, and right now it's just us two as musicians. We also have another lady. Her name is Shylin Nash, and she is over like fine arts, like drawing, painting, and stuff like that.
Right.
And she's been teaching that. So we've had, and I'm also teaching bass lessons too.
Sweet.
So I do drums and bass, and then he does keys and vocals. So we're just starting out, just a couple months in, but
But your classes are full, right?
not yet.
Not yet. Oh,
Not
close.
yet.
So you're taking on new students still?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. I started off. We all had about 2 students each, and the one of them hasn't been very dedicated.
Sure.
So we're right now in like a more of a overgoing, like more thinking process of how we can market this better. We actually have a couple meetings coming up week to meet with a marketer. But just social media can't be the only way. You know?
Gotcha. Sure.
Stuff gets skipped. People get on there, they don't see everything. Sometimes it's a great resource, but we got to figure out more ways to just get the word out.
You have to be out there all the time. Yeah.
Right now, we technically have about 12 slots that we're trying to fill.
Oh, wow. All right.
I guess you could say 11 or like 9, because we have 3 students right now in all departments together. We have 3, so about 9 more kids, about 9 more hours of time that we're just wanting to utilize. You know.
So how much does it cost for a kid to get lessons here?
Well, we see that's the thing here. For a while, since we started, we've been doing free lessons.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Just to get the word out there. That's why it started off. We had a few students that were coming, but we're in the process of getting that price together. Everybody's kind of got little different ideas just that they've known of, but we haven't gotten anything solidified yet. We're still just we're just here.
Gotcha.
We're trying to just get them in the door, make a partnership with the Carver just to inform those kids like, hey, get the membership, something.
So how many days a week do you have practice here?
3 days.
3 days. So Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are
Okay.
the days that we are available right now.
Gotcha.
We have between 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock right now, which is our time frame. So about 4 hours of open lessons a day, during those 3 days. But the goal is, we get this thing rolling, get some more things in here. It'll just open up more opportunities.
Sure.
So we don't want to limit it to that, but right now that's what we want to try to work with and fill that and be consistent with that and go forward with it.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work with Carver? Do the students have to be Carver members to take advantage of this program, or can it be anybody?
It could be anybody.
Okay.
We love the idea that individuals who are connected with Undertone Music and Fine Arts can also be a Carver member. And we are a partnership, so that's the kind of relationship that we want to have with our people and anybody who enters the building, but it is not necessary, no.
Gotcha. So do you guys have a website, or are you just using a Facebook page?
Yeah,
or
Facebook page right now.
Okay, so you're just looking for Undertone there, yeah? All right.
And they can be found, their information can be found on kokomocarver.org. So,
Okay,
yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
Links on there, so, yeah.
And it would be Undertones Music and Fine Arts.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, another great thing that's happened at the Carver Center.
Yes.
I'll be happy to promote for you. Mr. Brown, it's a pleasure to talk to you, man.
Sir, thank you. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, sir. All right, so one of the things we talked about earlier was there are a lot more activities at the Carver Center than just basketball. And behind us, what we have going on here is a dance troupe.
Yeah.
This is a step dance troupe, right? And I can't explain it nearly as well as maybe you can.
Yeah.
What is step compared to a regular dance troupe?
So it's more of a HBCU majorette style of dance. If you go to a HBCU college or any college that has this style of dance, it's a good combination of, I don't know, I may be a little bit wrong in my assessment of this, but cheerleading and dance.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
And really entertaining. Holy cow.
very entertaining. It has the ability to really change the tone of a crowd and the atmosphere, especially during a halftime show. And these young ladies, they do a really, really good job. They've been in front of several of our basketball crowds, and they are a hit every time.
Excellent, excellent. So you may have seen this type of dance before if you've watched some big bowl games between historically black colleges. They'll come out and they'll actually have a competition between the two schools' bands on the field.
Yes.
Where this set will do a move and the other set will have to respond, and it's kind of like there've been movies about it. Like,
Right. Yeah.
That kind of stuff happened here in Kokomo. They're teaching the kids now how to do that stuff for competition. I mean, they won't just be doing this for fun or halftime shows. The whole intent here is competition at some point.
It is. It truly is. And we will see plenty of that when they're here. By the way, their name is Dynamic House of Dance.
Thank you.
Their instructor her name is Nicole Mitchell. She's a young student from Memphis, Tennessee herself. She came up as a cheerleader, and this was really the culture that she came up in. And it's cool to see her bringing it to to the Midwest,
Sure.
Mid-Central Indiana.
Well, we are north compared to most of the colleges that she would have come from, yeah.
Yep.
So really cool to see. We're going to show you some footage of them doing the practice a little bit. I did a story a couple months ago you can find on KokomoLantern.com if you want to read a little bit more about it, where we talked with the instructors. Really cool. And then their classes are full. This team is set, so it's not like you can send your kid out for it, but they will be in August then opening up auditions for a new class. So for now, it'll just be watch and enjoy with an eye to, hey, I want my kid in that next year. That
Yes.
kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
so we'll watch that here in just a minute. so this is the final part of what's going on at Carver that we wanted to show you as part of this podcast, and this is the video game room that has been outfitted courtesy of a grant from Duke Energy, correct?
Correct.
And so you applied for that, remember how much was?
It was $4,300.
All right,
Yep.
and with that, you were able to get new PlayStation 5s and television screens.
Yes.
And you've opened up a game room. And this young man, and your name is?
Miles Lenore.
And you are kind of the monitor, overseer, manager of the room, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
So what kind of things go on here that you've seen so far?
So the first week we opened, we had a couple kids in here. They had a little Rocket League match going on the first play. Then they had started doing a Fortnite tournament, playing each other and stuff like that. It's just a time for kids to come in and just, take out some steam from the school day or something like that.
Sure. And so you're doing this every Tuesday from 5 to 7, is that
Yes,
right?
sir, every Tuesday.
And you do have to be a Carver member to be a part of the video game room, right?
Yes, that is the preference.
And that's free. It's not like it costs you anything to join.
Correct.
So you just join for free, and then your kid can be up here from 5 to 7 on Tuesdays. And if the units are full, you have other
Yeah,
options,
we have
right?
a bunch of board games around here, and we make sure we get kids the chance to take turns and make sure everybody gets a chance to play.
Gotcha. So you've been doing this about 3 weeks now, and what's the response been like?
I think we only had 1 week where there was a no-show because we just didn't get stuff up. But other than that, it's been good. We had everybody come in here have fun. That's the main thing. Just make sure everybody has fun.
Very good. So this is just one of many things that are taking place at Carver Center. I know all everyone thinks about is basketball, but there's so much more going on here at the Carver Center. I encourage everyone to come out and take a look. I mean, I'm sure JC will give you a tour of the facility, give you a rundown of the programs. You can meet some of the great staff and volunteers that are helping make this dream happen. And hey, let's be a part of Carver. Huh? It's not just, hey, yeah, it's nice to have it up around the north side. Come see it. Come get involved. Bring your kids.
Mm-hmm. There's
There's something for these kids to learn. There's social opportunities here. There's physical fitness opportunities. It's just a great place for a kid to learn and grow, and it's all part of what makes Kokomo great, man.
And one of the things I want people to understand is that, by coming and seeing us, we're very friendly building, very friendly atmosphere. By coming to see us, we're going to listen to some of the suggestions that you have. Share with us what your interests are, and maybe that can be a thing one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not limited to just what we want. It's truly what you want, and we will help bring those
Ideas?
visions and
Yeah.
ideas to reality. So
There you go. Get in on the ground floor while the getting's good. Get to be a part of what's going on at the Carver Community Center. I want to thank JC again for the time. Pleasure to meet you again, sir. And to all of you out there, thanks for tuning in. And please, in the meantime, before the next episode, be good to each other.